chicken tikka. We name drop here with Stefan, Mike, and whoever.
Ladies, here's ADIKA.
Oh, yes. Here's ADIKA. And it's 8:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, May 14, 2020. The KISS Army wants you. And it's all going to start now. Put on your shirts, shout it out loud. And you know what? Put some hot sauce on your baby's ass and get her to drive your car somewhere because you're in coffee talk.
Baby driver.
All right. It starts now.
Jesus.
Love
What
it.
kind of hot sauce on that baby's ass?
I don't
Yes.
know. You know what kind of hot sauce? That's why I lead into my ad spots right away. A
Yeah, you
little
do.
Bumblefoot hot sauce, baby.
The
Bumblelicious.
baby driver.
The spice up your woman's world. Bumblefoot, the sauce. And then when you get to know it, a little Bumblelicious. And then when times get tough, Bumble F *** KED. It always wakes up the relationship. You know, a guy who's right now on a honeymoon, he's not here today. Mr. Leviton is not here. But we do have, no, it's not Uncle Creepy. It's not Corey's uncle. We got you, Mikey UPS. Mikey UPS, how are you, Mike, the manager? What are you doing?
Just fine and dandy here. Beautiful Staten Island. Beautiful day.
Staten
How you
Island.
doing, huh?
Yeah. Hey, hold on. We're gonna make a rule here. You. Oive, I heard you. And you know what?
What
There's
me?
a rule. There's a rule here. And I got these things. When you see this, that means shut up. I'm talking. The Don. You know what that means? The Don. I'm gonna tell you what it means, you guys. Because you know, the Don. Today, it's Kiss Mafia. And I got the Kiss Mafia people, right? Okay. I'm the Don, and when the Don speaks, the mouth goes shut. Capiche?
And we say, cue, la boca.
Did I say you could speak?
Yeah.
Now hold on. When your face goes like this, talk. Now, Mikey UPS.
Yes.
All right. You're the reason why you're hocking me China all week long. I didn't get a mention. I didn't get this. I didn't get that. Mikey UPS, he's the reason why we got JJ French. So we got to thank him a lot. JJ French of Twisted Sister. Mike used to be a roadie. Would you say that for Twisted? Would you? You're
Right. I was the backline guy. I was, back in the day when it was a car tech, I had to take care of 3 guys. Right? Like Mark, Eddie, and JJ. Today, these guys got it easy. It's like, everybody's got their own tech.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Mike,
Yeah.
Mikey, I'm just gonna bring you into reality because it's not like that. It's even worse. It's back to what you did. It's one guy's got to take care of 3 or 4 guys. It used to be maybe 7 years ago. Everybody had their guy, and their guy had a guy, but it ain't that way now.
Unless
It's
you're
just
Kiss.
and you know what? I don't want to call you Mikey UPS. I want to call you Mikeyups. That's what it looks like on the screen.
Mikey, well,
And
we
there's
got
too many Mikes today. There's too many. You know what? Just call me Fazano.
Call him Twisted Mike.
I'll call you Fuzzy Picano. And then everybody we got here, we got the original Oive is here, Michael McVey. How you doing, Michael? This is one of your days, right? You love it. Michael, you're so hot and ready. This is like you with your first love. You got like a lot of history here. You got the Kiss Army, the legend, right? That guy coming up, Bill. And then we got Andrew, who's he's making a movie about Kiss, which premieres, I think, tonight. And we got my daughter. Then we got my daughter who's going to come in and out of here. No, I didn't forget you were sleeping, honey. This is real TV. My wife's out of town. She hears me. I'm going to give you some food and stuff. And this is good. She hears me. Come here, Brooklyn. I got the Kiss Army here. You want to see what these people look
Brooklyn.
like? Really?
Without their makeup on.
Without their makeup. So this is going to be a great show. We're going to bring the Kiss Mafia out here. We might even have some secret Kiss for you Kiss fans out there. They might do a pop-up. I don't know. I don't plan this stuff out, but it's going to be wild. Now, you guys are wondering about Corey Leviton. You know about Corey Leviton, Brooklyn? I'm glad you asked. Corey can't be here today, and I'll tell you why. Unfortunately, something happened. Something bad happened. See, Corey was out prowling somewhere in the neighborhood, everybody. What's something bad happened? Well, this man right here, Brooklyn, he's you see that man right there with the mask on, honey? You look at him. How come he's looking like that? Well, that's a man called Uncle Creepy, honey. And Uncle Creepy, he got in trouble. Look at that. Perverted justice catching Corzilla today. Oh, what did he do? I'm so glad you asked me, honey. Well, that man over there, he walked around with a mask and no pants. What a monster, honey. And if you see that on the block, you know what you do? You tell Daddy, because Daddy will make sure he never walks again because he protects you. That's right. So everybody out there, be safe and watch out for Corzilla. But the streets are safe because he's not around anymore. Justice has happened today. I know you can't hear, but it's okay. We're safe, and he's not around. Look at it's the hairstyle, honey.
I'm trying to.
Oh, you're trying to hear? It's people like that. Thank God they're receded like me, because if I had hair like that, I don't know what I would do. All right. So there we go, people. Anyway, on that note, she wants to hear. Hey, go ahead. You can hear the laughter. Hear the laughter. I don't need to hear myself. Go ahead. Mike Fasano, tell us. Mike's famous cartoon. Please support Mike's Patreon. Make him happy again. Send him $1. It's to the Patreon. Mike, so tell me what's going on in your life. I love you, Mike.
Oh, the show. I'm excited to see my old friend Andrew.
Okay, let's do this, you guys. Let's go to the comments and let's see what's going on. Let's say hello to our people. Okay, everybody? Right here. First comment. Oive, you call it out.
Well, I said good morning, everyone. I popped that off way earlier. So good morning, everyone. Hope the weather is good wherever you are because it's pouring down here. Which it is. Igor says hello. And I said back to Igor, hey, brother. Who's doing these comments? Mia Ace, good morning, Michael McVey. Good morning, Mia. And I asked Mia, are we friends on Facebook? And she said, yes, Mia is a nickname. And I said, oh, she said Maria just. And I said, okay. I like putting faces with names. And she said, a little different, being in my 50s. And Joe says afternoon. Well, good morning or good afternoon. Hey, Joe. I think that's a song. And she says, hey, Mia. I feel like follow the dot. Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob. Sound like today all about McVey. No, Rob Grady, it's about you, brother. Why not? Good morning, everyone. Looking forward to a great show today. Morning, Abby. It's like Dr. Seuss gone bad. Debbie says, good morning, everyone. Great day to be watching Coffee Talk. Igor says, good morning. Hey, Melrose. What did he say? That was too fast. Good morning, Ove, my fellow insomniac. Right?
Oh, yeah. She's so happy that her husband's not on here today. This is great.
Why did she come on?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Jesus, she could have subbed for him. I like Mikeyups, though. The new guy, Mikey
Twisted
Ups.
Mike?
Mikeyups.
Yeah, Mikeyups. Alex says, good morning, peeps. There's my buddy, Trey. Good morning. Good morning, Trey. I know it's raining where you're at because you're like 20 minutes from me. And who is Stefan Stalker? We all want to know.
Ryan.
Is it Ryan?
I think so.
Debbie Moeller, Alex, Precious Diva, and Cats. Joanne, how was the interview? Trey. Don't you feel like we need some theme music going on? What do you think, Mikey?
I can't hear shit.
What? Oh my God. Skyscraper says, hello, Kiss Army. Hey, Skyscrapers, Kiss Mafia today, huh? Huh? I got a guy. He's got a guy. We all got a guy here. Huh? Dana says, hi, hubby.
That's me.
Oh. I was going to say, I know it ain't me.
Yeah.
There's Kitty Oates. I hope everyone has a fabulous day. And Stefan, be good to your co-host. Co-host. Alex says, came in late. What the hell? Who the hell is Mikeyups? He's right there.
Yeah. Who the hell is Mikey? Well, Corey couldn't make it today because he got, you don't know what happened. And I got my kid over here busting my chops. But look, really quick, Corey got caught last night, everybody.
Oh, man.
So that's what happened. He got in
Move
big
the banner.
trouble. He got. Let me move the banner. Sorry about that. Let me move that. Let me move the comments. You know, Adam Smith is here. Sup, my Kiss peeps. A lot of good Kiss people here. Corey got in trouble. So this is what happened last night. Stalking around, walking around in somebody's living room. They caught him. They caught the creep. He's not here today. His wife is depressed. His wife wants to watch the show. She needs some laughter because her husband got caught. So we got Mikey.
Joanne, I'll make you laugh.
We got Mikey, the UPS guy here, and I got my kid grabbing my my headphones. But okay, let's move forward. I'm gonna have to feed my kid. Okay, so Mike, Oive, you are a great Kiss fan, right? So tell us, where did it all start for you? Let's start from your perspective, Mike. Tell us how your Kiss story started.
It's a funny one. Okay, I was 7 years old, and I was playing Hot Wheels with my neighbor, and we were crashing our cars in the hallway and all that shit that kids do. And his car hit my car and it went spinning down the hallway. Well, I had to go retrieve it. So I go into what was his brother's room and I opened the door and I couldn't see my car. So I turned the light on and I sat there and I just stared. He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm trying to find my car." I go, "What is this?" He goes, "Get out of my brother's room. He's going to kill us if he finds out we're in there." And I go, "Come here." So he walks in there and he had the Dress to Kill album sitting up on his stereo. And I'm staring at this. I go, "What is that?" He goes, "Oh, that's Kiss." I said, "What's Kiss?" He said, "It's a band my brother likes." And I was like, wow. So I was like, I said, "I want to hear it." So he puts the record on for me. He goes, "I'll play one song and then we got to get out of here." Right when the needle hit the groove and Room Service started, I was hooked. And then the way they looked. So I begged my mom for a Kiss record. Well, Destroyer had just come out like a couple months earlier. And so we go to the local record store and they had Destroyer all over the place. They were promoting it. But I still wanted Dress to Kill because that's the one I saw. So I got Destroyer and Dress to Kill the same day. And my life changed. It really did, because then I saw Kiss the first time in '77 with Styx in Houston, which is a well-documented show. And that's really, every Kiss nut can tell you they all can remember the first time they seen them, heard them, etc. And you know, so here we are, and I'm a 50-year-old man with a room full of Kiss shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was exciting.
That was a short version.
Wasn't it exciting? Yeah. Glad Stefan's not around because
I know he'd have I wouldn't have got half of that out if Stefan was.
Yeah, I know he would have cut you off. So Mikeyups, why are you a crazy Kiss fan? Let's ask you that.
Well,
you're not. You're a Twisted fan, aren't you?
Not really. I mean, work for Twisted Sister. I'm going to tell you, I loved all those songs. Heard those songs thousands of times, and my fucking toe was always tapping. I thought they had like super energy. Back in the club days, nobody could touch nobody. But
okay, Michael, who was first, Kiss or Twisted Sister?
Oh, Kiss by far.
Do you think Twisted took some of the Kiss vibe with the makeup and all that stuff?
Absolutely not. There was more like a New York Dolls type thing. No way. Kiss was totally different kind of makeup, and they weren't classed by themselves. This was Twisted Sister was like glam. Yeah.
I saw Twisted Sister. I remember at Lamore's in Brooklyn. And that got to have been like the early, like 84. Could have been 83. It was before Stay Hungry came out, because it was like they were like New York's band, like back then. Yes, we
what do you call it? We didn't get Stay Hungry came out later on.
What year did Stay Hungry come out? I forgot.
84.
84. So it must have been around 82. When did the Police play Shea Stadium? Around that time?
Probably 83. They were on the Synchronicity tour.
So I saw Quiet Riot open up for Iron Maiden at Madison Square Garden. So whenever that album came out, I remember I was going to Lamore's Religious. It was like my place every weekend.
Yeah. So we used to pack every place we played. We packed.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get a record deal.
Were you involved with Twisted Sister before AJ was the drummer for the band?
I got him in the band.
You got AJ in the band.
Great. God bless his soul.
Yeah. Well, tell us a story about that. Your internet's not so great, UPS Mike, but help us out here.
It's Mikeyups. Get it straight here, everybody. We're going to
He's better than Corey. He's better than Corey. I think Corey's white. You married, Mike?
Yeah.
You married, Mike? You
Yeah,
married,
she
Mike?
just commented.
Practically married.
Oh, your wife's okay. So if Corey's wife hits on you because you might turn her on with the accent, the vibe, because you know what we got here today. Your wife's not going to get jealous, is she?
She's Sicilian.
She says, "Oh, she's going to get jealous."
Yeah,
you're going to have
kill him.
You're going to have a problem here. That's right. Because today, does your wife know you are the Kiss Mafia and I am the Don? Yeah. I am your Don. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Know who lives 2 houses away from me?
Who?
Paulie Castellano III.
I love it. There's a lot. I like to go. That's great.
Could we go knock on the door and wake him up and get him?
I love to have him on the show. He'd be great. So wait a second now. What was the question I asked about?
I asked you about AJ.
AJ, yes. What's the story?
Was, the original, the second original drummer, Tony Petrie, him and he butted heads like you wouldn't believe.
Mm-hmm.
And one had to go, and Tony got the boot. Had this guy Joey Bryant, Joey Mikowski, I think his name was. He was Carmine Appice's apprentice. This guy was great in a studio, but live, he couldn't play shit. They used to call him Octofoot because he had, the double bass and shit. And he couldn't keep a beat. And he had drug problems, whatever, blah, blah, blah. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
And they got rid of him. They were going to get the drummer for Alice Cooper actually tried out for them.
Who was that?
Neil Smith.
He wore braces.
Was it Neil Smith?
Did he wear braces, Neil Smith?
Oh, God. I just know that the guy everybody knows, the original guy, is Neil Smith. So I don't know if he wore braces or not. I think then.
It sounds familiar, all right? But he wore braces, and he came in. He had an audition, and then he started bossing them around, telling them what to do. And, that doesn't fly with them. He was like, hey, he wears braces. Get him the fuck out of here. And then we had this other guy, Richie Teeter, who was in the Dictators. And he was just doing them a favor till they found somebody else. And he wanted out because he couldn't stand D for nothing. He hated him. So they were up Schitt's Creek. And I said, I knew his name was Tony Perro. I said, Tony has been a friend of mine forever. He used to date my sister, blah, blah, blah. He used to actually come over the house and wake me up to ask me Twisted Sister questions. And I said, I just played last night, to 4:00 in the morning. Then we pack up, get home 7 in the morning, and have to be at the next club the next day at 3. He would wake me up and fucking bother me and shit. I was like, you're a pain in the ass. And, but he was a good guy. And, they were up Schitt's Creek for a drummer. And I said, I know a guy. I really didn't want to bring him on because friends cause trouble in bands.
Yeah. Whitey Glenn, was that maybe the Alice Cooper drummer from Ashley Alexander? Was that name sound familiar? Whitey Glenn on the bottom. You read that?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right.
So
go ahead.
So anyway.
Your story is making me turn into a zombie over here, but go ahead. It's a great story.
So anyway, you bring friends down to the clubs and stuff, and they always cause trouble. So I stopped bringing friends down. No more friends on the guest list. None of that.
Yeah.
And I said, I got this guy. Get him in the band. It's probably going to be trouble. But I said, what the fuck? They need a guy. So I said, Tony, give me a tape. Give me a tape or something, and I'll give it to somebody.
Yeah.
He gives me a tape, and I followed the chain of command.
Mm-hmm.
I said, instead of just giving it to D, I said, I gave it to Joe Gerber, Joe Atlanta, so a road manager. And I said, here, give this to, see what you think of this shit. And weeks go by. So I said, finally, well, what do you think of my friend? He goes, hey.
All right. You know what? So he got the gig. Oh, God, the story. I got to get the guest on. Mike was Mike was texting.
See? You see why I'm glad I got my story?
I'm trying to help here.
I know.
Wow.
This guy's story is unbelievable. The Don is smoking. It's a great story. Did AJ get the gig?
You know how we got the gig? You know how we got it?
How did you get the gig? Tell me. I've been waiting for 3. I got so stalking waiting backstage.
So Joe fucked everything up.
Who's Joe? Joe
Atlantis. I told you, the fucking road manager.
I don't remember.
Who's on first?
You lost.
You got a guy. You got a guy.
Yeah, I got a guy.
God, right, the bottom line.
Mike and UPS, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know Vinny Gonzalez?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Vinny Gonzalez is watching right now.
Because
Hey, Vin.
and you're going to tell me you're responsible to get Vinny Gonzalez on my show, right?
Well, you told me that I was responsible.
You know what? I want you to know this. Do you know one time for $5 for all year you get all this stuff, right? For $5, right? So for $10, I'll give you $10 to shut your mouth. Okay, so listen, everybody. Oh, look at him. He has it. This is how the Kiss Mafia starts. Do you remember this? This is good stuff.
I was a part of it.
But you listen, Mike, don't make me bench you like this guy right here. Because
I just want to say hi to Andrew before you kick me to the curb.
No, you're going to be on here. Look, perverted justice. This guy's not here today because he has problems. But you know what? Here's a guy over here. It all started with this cat. I don't really know the story, but I do know I wanted to be a part of the Kiss Army. And to be honest with you, my family was so Jewish, they wouldn't give me $1. Right? So I used to be, I go, what is this Kiss Army? When I was a kid, what is Kiss Army? What is this? Mike, Mikvey, settle down. We're gonna get the real guy to talk. I don't need to see your hoarder world over there. Just relax. You know. Now, Kiss Army today, it's a sensation. It's a sensation. Everybody, it's a life. It's like Star Trek convention, but it's Kiss World, and that's why today the Don, Stefan ADIKA, he's gonna do something good for you. That's right. The Don is bringing you a lot of good stuff here. Are you guys ready? You wanted the best. You want to see you wanted to see where it all started out, right? We're going to bring on right now, right here, this guy, Bill Starkey. Bill Starkey, well, welcome to the show, Mr. Starkey. How are you doing?
Good morning. Thank you. I'm doing well.
So let me look at you, Bill, for a real second. Before I get the Kiss Mafia guys talking, you are the guy who started Kiss Army, correct?
Along with Jay Evans, my co-creator.
And Jay Evans, he's still with us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. And how's he doing, Jay?
Jay's doing well. He's doing well.
And
We're both getting close to retirement.
Well, what do you do for a living now, Bill?
I've been a school teacher for 20 years in Indianapolis Public Schools. And we're going through the e-learning thing right now, so it's kind of appropriate.
Wow. Now, have you and I ever met, Bill?
No, and I knew you because I know you'd been to some indie expos. Yeah, and I heard people talk about Stefan, and I thought, "Oh, where is this guy?" You know. So
that's right, and here he is.
And there you are. Yeah, now you got a show. So hey, I'm not surprised.
You know what? Anybody could do a show. Do you know? But now let me ask you. There's been breaking news here. I know you probably wanted to meet this guy, but he's having a little problems right here. But he might be okay. His wife might be able to bail him out. But he walks around the house. But don't worry about it. But really quick. So Bill, the Kiss Army. This is you right here in this photograph right here. Let me pop this up here. Mm-hmm. That's you with the original lineup. You got Peter, you got Paul behind you, you got Ace, Gene. Then you're on stage at the bottom, and I see with Gene over there. What album was that you're on stage with? What tour was that?
That was Kiss Alive, and that was all. The two of those photos were from the same day in November of '75. That's when Kiss came to Terre Haute, and the top picture is when they came to WVTS Radio, the station that we feuded with the Kiss Army, and eventually Kiss came and played disc jockey for a day. And later on that night, Kiss had a show in Terre Haute. It was only the first sellout that Holman Center had since Elvis Presley, and Kiss gave me a plaque. It's the plaque that's behind me right here. And that's the plaque right there that you have on stage that you're holding, which it's the first album. Wow, that's what makes me an honorary member.
Wow, so what happened with the radio station? Tell me that whole story right now.
Back in the 70s, we had a thing called the request line. You would request music. And I think Jay was the first one that came up with the deal, and where we would request music, and WVTS, that the people just kept telling us that they wouldn't play Kiss. And eventually they told us that it was the program director didn't like them. He thought they were a quote unquote New York bag band or something. And see, I had already seen Kiss twice and was blown away by them on my first two concerts. But people would say, well, what do you know about shows? Your first two concerts were Kiss. You haven't seen anybody else. But I knew something was going on. So like Moses bringing the tablets down from the mountain, I told Jay, I says, listen, these guys are incredible, So we would meet in my basement. We'd joke about this. And he came up with the idea, I believe, to call the radio station. And we started back and forth with the radio station, and eventually we started writing threatening letters. And in those days, we didn't think anything would come of it. Now today, we'd probably been thrown in jail, but we'd say, play Kiss or will blow the place up or whatever. And there was a real bias, I think, because to this day, the program director and I, we're still great friends. I give him a lot of credit. He says that they were just humoring us. But this went on for like 9 months that they wouldn't play Kiss.
So I muted myself. So, hey, let me ask you, I got Adam Smith to ask me, Bill, how does it feel when you see that Kiss Army logo still today? That's a great question, Adam. Thank you for that.
Well, it's incredible. It's something that will always be with me. And, we didn't create the logo. As a matter of fact, a coin management wanted us to come up with a logo, and Jay was behind that. And that's the picture you see of us holding that banner. And eventually, the banner you see today was created by, I think, a guy named Vincent D. Leonardo, I guess. I think it was Howard Marks, and he created this Kiss Army logo. So there's the original banner that Jay owns that right now.
Right there, that Kiss Army that you got. Is that you? Is that?
Yeah, that's me and Jay together.
Okay. All right. So that's the one that you guys designed. So where's he keep that? Does he keep it?
Oh, he's got it in his house. He joked with me one time. He said he was going to sell it to put his kids through college, but I told him, no. Hold on to that. He eventually got all the guys in the band to autograph it. And I think there's even some Stein's Clown White that he said that got put on it by mistake.
Wow.
The picture that I'm holding the plaque,
the
band put the banner on Peter's drum kit and played like the last 2 songs.
Wow.
So it was,
you get people that want to buy the plaque from you?
Oh yeah, but why would you? It's got my name on it, you know.
You got a guy right next to you that might want to buy this.
Those plaques. I mean, I'm not saying it's not special, but they gave those plaques to the people in Cadillac too. I mean, Jim Neff, the great football coach, got one. I mean, but it's still cool. It's got my name on it. I'm not going to part with it. There's no way.
Of course. So the Kiss Army thing, it's your thing. You came up with this Kiss Army thing, you and your buddy, right?
Right.
Came up with the Kiss Army. So then, did you guys have a part of this whole situation?
No. Eventually, we were told, or I was told by a coin management, Mr. Alamillo, that they were going to run the Kiss Army out of Terre Haute, and I was going to have a job. So I was kind of thinking, maybe this is going to work out for me. And at the time, I was right out of high school. I was, I had a lot to learn. So I can't imagine that would have ever come about anyway. And eventually, it was handled by Boutwell Enterprises, which I think some people tried to say that Boutwell knew about this well before, that they were going to start working as a fan club, but they didn't have a name. And we came up with the name.
Yeah. You came up. Hey, Michael, Oive.
Yeah.
Have you guys met? You met Bill Starkey before?
Never met him.
No, I'm sure you're dying right now. So let me unleash you for a second. Go ahead. Start with come on. Ask him what do you want to ask him, Oive? Go ahead.
No, Bill, it's an honor.
Thank you.
like every kid growing up in the 70s that was into Kiss. I mean, of course, it's funny, man. I remember when I mailed away for my first Army kit, and it seemed like it took forever for that thing to come in. And then when it came, I still have the brown envelope that it came in with my old address and everything. When I was I think I was 8. I was 8 when I got my first one, and I still have everything in it. But my favorite kit out of all of them was the solo album era kit with all the, when they were promoting the solo albums and they had the little tent cards and all the 8x10s and everything in it. And I think that's actually the one that had the most stuff in it besides the Australian one in 80. But probably my favorite kit. That one in the rock and roll over era one.
Chuck Garrett, the bass player for Alice Cooper. That's the
good
first
friend of
time
mine.
approached. Chuck came up to me, and I mean, he's a very threatening looking guy. First thing he said to me was, "Hey, I gave my $5 and I never got shit." And I'm like, "Hey, it had nothing to do with it."
Nothing to do with it. That's my $5.
That's why he introduced himself to me.
So were you sending it? Bill? What were you sending out to people when you first? You didn't send out anything.
No, it was totally out of our hands. I mean, and I didn't know about it until maybe March or April of '76 when I got a letter from Boutwell Enterprises introducing themselves, saying that we had done Alice Cooper's fan club and Queen and people like that, and we needed your input as to what why are you a Kiss fan? What do you like about Kiss and all that? Because a couple of them admitted to me over the phone and through mail that they didn't even like the band. So wow. I was kind of torn between it because now Kiss flew me to New York for 3 days. It was wonderful. I got to see their New Year's show, their pool party, and that was fantastic. And also Boutwell kept me on a mailing list. So anything I wanted from Boutwell, all I had to do is ask him. I said, "Do you want like 5 Kiss Army kits and 3 T-shirts? Just say when." And I get that. I would get that for free. And that went on for several years, you know. But after a while, you get disenchanted with that because the merch back then was nothing like it is now.
No, out of the Boutwell stuff, Bill, I was going to say the first official poster, the 75 shot, the live shot. What's funny is like when you look at that now, you would think at the time that the clarity, because you see how grainy it is, that photo to begin with. And that's such a sought after poster for those that, know about it or whatever. But
nice to know I got 2 of them then.
yeah, but you know what I mean? Like you look at photos like that, Warren Abbott, he could have done, some of his stuff would have been great photo. But for that time era, and that poster is so grainy looking, but yet it's cool because it's, it's like time stamped almost. You know what I'm saying? But
well, what do you think of the first poster from the first album? I love that.
I have that.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that's a great poster.
Bill, what do you have that's rare from?
I don't really have anything that I've got some guitar picks maybe that are rare from the 70s. I like those.
From Manny's music?
Excuse me?
With Manny's music?
No, that I don't know. I don't know what's stamped on the back of mine. They don't, because I think those were 75. I think mine are 76 guitar picks.
76.
And I've got a lot of written stuff like you see behind me, but I try not to collect because you can get really overwhelmed and go to the poorhouse with this stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, Bill, this guy got mental problems right here down there. You don't have a woman, but he has Kiss dolls. He likes to rub on.
And if you can find a woman to put up with that, then God bless you.
I did for a while. Yeah.
Look at Mike, the manager up there. You don't know what to say. Mike, what do you got up there? What's behind you, Mike? You frozen? You're allowed to talk. What do you got behind you? That's great, Mike. Anyway, Melrose Larry Green wants to real important question. Bill Starkey, are you related to Ringo, Melrose Larry Green?
Well, and that's the first thing Gene ever asked me.
Really?
And the weird thing is I'm not English. My family name is Starkey is actually Hungarian, which is Tarkani. And they changed from Tarkani to Starkey. So I'm actually closer to Hungarian than anything. And who would have thought? I would have thought I wish we'd kept our family name, but it's actually should have been Tarkani. And when they came over from Ellis Island, they told them you were going to be Starkey. So people thought that we were, had English origins, but no, I'm Hungarian and Irish mother.
I like that. Hungarian Irish. I got an Irish friend out here, Darnell, who's a great friend, and she watches from Ireland. Wonderful person here over here. So let's ask you, Bill, favorite Kiss album? Tell me right now.
Ooh, the first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
The first one, right? The first one. Okay.
If you that's really hard. It's like name, who's your favorite kid?
You know what? I'm putting you on the spot here because guys from Kiss watch this show. Rumor has it. I don't know who, but people watch the show. Favorite Kiss solo album?
Oh, Gene's,
huh? You like Gene?
I don't like to pick favorites. I like them different. That's crazy when people try to put you in that thing. It's like Lennon, McCartney, Daltrey, Townsend.
But it changes. The taste changes all the time. Like I was a big Paul, went into Lennon. Now I'm 52. I'm getting into more of the Harrison stuff. It changes.
Yeah. See, it's and I have more stories with Gene because Gene was always really. I think back in those days, don't laugh that when I was such an annoying 18-year-old that it was Gene's job to watch me. So it was like, I think I remember one time I ran into Paul first before a show and he said, "Oh, Gene's over there." So originally I gravitated over to Gene and Gene said, "Well, have you ate and how you doing?" And Gene would look through your Kiss scrapbook with you and crazy stuff like that. It was like he was a fan.
Yeah. I was
but Paul is Kiss and Paul keeps Kiss around. So why do you pick like today, I love Eric Singer. I think Eric Singer's great. Tommy Thayer. I mean, You know what? I'll
say it over and over and over. You know what? I don't get political with the band because I look through my children's eyes, and sometimes you got to step out of the picture and look at the colors. And when you're too deep, it's hard. Like, okay, me, 10 years old, Brooklyn, Canarsie, I came from, and rumor has it that Peter lived in that neighborhood. I don't know if it's true. I heard he did. I lived on Patagonia too, and maybe Peter, if you're watching. Did you live on Patagonia 15, Peter? If you're watching, a guy from a guy. Let's talk about Canarsie for a second. Were you on the Patagons? And if so, what was your favorite Italian restaurant? Did you like Anna Napoli? Come on. Did you like Jewish food? Grabstein's Deli? I like to know those things. These are the things that I want to know. But
hi, DG. Hi, Peter.
What I was saying is, when I was a kid, Rock and Roll Over, somebody gave me the album, and There was no internet. I didn't really know much about the band. I just saw this cartoon pictures, and it was a great album cover. Massive class. It still stands its time.
Oh yeah.
And I love all the songs in it. Every song is great on that album, and that got me hooked. Then I got into the Platinum album, and the mirror, you'd hold your face to it, and I try to look in everybody's face and see my face in it. Little things like that. So I was a little kid, the Love Gun had the gun.
I still do that.
You have problems. I was 10 years old. What the hell's wrong with you? You're a nutcase. Oh my goodness. So anyway, Mikey, you're like Robert Duvall from The Godfather. You know your job. I like this. All right. Shh. So when I talk, you don't say nothing. Okay. You got it. Okay. You Fredo, shush down there. Okay. So anyway, it's a big. So those are my childhood memories from Kiss. I would sit there and draw. Right. Then I got my 30 years old. I had my boy. All right. 3-4 years old. I took him to the concert, and he didn't know, from the originals to the non-originals. He loved the show, and just to watch me seeing my kid have that same feeling, watching my son. It's a beautiful thing. Then I'm like Charlie Chaplin. I go ahead. I say, what the hell? I moved to Central Coast, California, living where a couple of hillbillies live. There's nothing to do here. I make another kid, right? It's a good thing to do, right? Nothing to do. What am I going to do? Cow tip? So I make a kid. I leave it in. It felt good. I make a beautiful girl. And what do I do in this hillbilly town? I name her Brooklyn. You know why? It's a tough, strong name. And when she gets older, because I'm going to be, by the time she's out of diapers, I'm in diapers, I figure her name's Brooklyn. I'm going to teach her to crack somebody in the face if they teach her the wrong things over there. You know what I'm saying, Bill? You relate, right? Mikey, yeah. Right? Mikey, UPS, am I right? Look at the screen. Don't look down. This is my show.
Mikeyups.
Right? So anyway, I bring my fabulous daughter to the Kiss shows, and just watching her eyes at the show, and she just into it. And she wants the balloon at the end of the show. And that's what it's about. What my long, boring story. It's about the experience from my childhood memories to my children's. And thank you, Kiss, for making those memories for my children. And that's it. I'm not a hoarder. I got nothing. I'm like you. I thought you were going to be a complete nutcase, but you're pretty normal. You got a couple of things in the back. That's nice. Oy vey. Let's talk about your situation now. What do you got going on? Let's look at you. Looks like what do you got there? Show us.
Here's my favorite album, by the way.
Okay. What do you got there?
It's Love Gun, signed by the original 4.
Okay. What do you got behind it? What's that guitar? The plastic guitar back there? Show me.
That's the Carnival guitar, the plastic guitar. You know what? I have one in the package still, but it's in my store.
Do you ever call girls at night with the jeans boots on, like in a G-string, and go, "Hey, baby, this is Oy vey. How you doing?"
No, I usually put Ace's boots on when I do that.
Hold on. Anybody got questions over here? Anybody got questions from Bill Starkey? We got the fabulous Bill Starkey. I mean, he was the guy, and that did. Oh, here, what's John Scaglione over here? Peter and Lydia lived in Canarsie in the 70s. How do you know, John? Tell us how you know. Put the comments in there. Over here, Kathy E. Hey, Bill, this is Kathy Evans. Jay is watching, but also working. He's being entertained. Great to see you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Hi, Kathy. And I guess Kathy is Jay's
wife.
Better half.
Yes.
Hey, Kathy, thank you very much for watching and enjoying. And hey, Kathy, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to make something of my life this way I can impress my daughter before I don't know what's going on in my life. Over here, Bill, we got a question for you. Bill, hey, read it, Oy vey.
Bill, did you continue to go to Terre Haute shows in the 80s, Creatures, etc.?
No, I didn't. I had a tough time once the band took the makeup off, which was funny. And I didn't really get back into it until 92 when Revenge came out, and I was an employee for Columbia House, and the young kids knew who I was, and they said, "Hey, have you heard the new Kiss album?" And I thought,
great record.
You know what? But Revenge just blew me away, and I thought, and that brought me in the fold. The funny thing is a lot of my best friends now, their whole Kiss experiences, whereas mine was from 1974, theirs are from the 80s. So I respect that, because Eric Carr was big, Bruce was big, so it is what it is.
You know what? I'll tell you honestly, it's almost like there's just different areas of Kiss, and it's even though Kiss always has the sound. I was talking to Bruce Kulick about this as well. It's different areas. It's like you have your Brian Jones area, you have your Mick Taylor. Yeah. Question for you: what would you say? What would you say? The Ronnie Wood, the Mick Taylor, the Brian Jones. Who would you say the Mick Taylor of Kiss would you compare the Mick Taylor version of Kiss? Who's
Probably
a good?
Bruce.
That's what I was saying too. And
Bruce
I asked,
is, without a doubt, the best musician. You know?
No,
yeah, Bruce is a great player.
hands down.
Hands down.
Yeah.
You know, he's a fabulous. You know, people don't know about his bass playing, but I actually have one of Bruce's bass, a Fender 78P bass, and it's great bass over here. Okay, let's go over here. Check out the Colonel. What's the Colonel saying to Bill?
Colonel says, Bill, Columbia House is still looking for.
Yeah, I love
I
it.
don't know how Columbia House stayed in business, but we
That's
did
another club, Bill.
for
We're
a
all
long
in that one.
time, you know? And that's the argument I would make with Coyne and Boutwell is that if Columbia House could do it, if we could ship out stuff from Columbia House, then the Kiss Army could have shipped it out from Terre Haute, you know?
That's funny stuff. You know what? Let's over here. Let's bring up the other guy. You want to stay with us, Bill? I'd love to have you stay here.
Sure.
I mean, come on. Hang out with the gang. You're with me. You're with my consigliere over here, Mikey UPS. You got my hit.
Mafia.
You got Oive, the annoying hitman. You know, this is what we got going on here. You know, you got me, the Don, and this is Kiss Mafia. We don't know what's going to go on, right? Right, Bill? You know what I'm saying? This is a fun time right here. Everybody,
Absolutely.
let's do this right now. Everybody watching right now, I appreciate you hanging out here. You know, we got the legend here, Bill Starkey. Look at him back there. Look at even. You know, it's good. I like Bill's hair with the hat. He kind of reminds me of a blonde Snoopy. He looks like Snoopy. Look at him. I love him.
Snoopy.
He looks like Snoopy. Look, even Peter's laughing about your ears. He's
Yeah,
like,
I had no dates for the prom that year, believe me.
did you have a chick with you back then?
No.
Nothing. And look,
You don't want chicks around Kiss, do you? Come on.
Bill, what about the
Yeah,
picture?
right.
You want chicks around Gene and Paul? I mean, come on.
But how about the picture of you on stage with Gene behind you? Are you like nervous? Like, should I be
Oh,
here? Are you
Absolutely.
all right?
I watched the last. I had no idea what was going on that day. They called me backstage, and the coolest thing in the world to this day, and I tell Kiss fans this is when you're backstage with the band, with the four of them, and those mirror balls come up, and the people are yelling, "Kiss, Kiss, Kiss," and I'm like real nerdy, going, "Hey, shouldn't you guys go out there?" And they're like going, "Nah, it's going to get louder. It's going to get better," and it is. And then eventually they walk up those stairs. The most incredible thing I've ever experienced, and you can't do that these days. I mean, who gets that kind of thing?
No,
You're actually there with them before they walk up those stairs.
I mean, I'm going to tell you a real experience from me, really quick, Bill. Oh, did I lose Bill? There he
No.
is. There. Oh, there's. My son was about 4 years old, and I was at one of the Kiss shows. At the end of the show, there was these arugula cookies, and the show was over, and I was backstage, and I had my kid was sleeping on my arm, so Gene had the robe on, okay, and the makeup was off, but there was a little white in his hair, and he hands me, he goes, "You want to take this? Like, you want the rest of these arugula cookies? Take home with you for your son?" And I was thinking to myself, the demon just offered me arugula cookies. How crazy is that? And just it was surreal. I mean, when you talk to them without the makeup, actually. Everybody's very polite to me. Everybody's been really nice to me. But when you see them in the makeup, you can't help thinking you're 10 years old all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, this maniac over here next to me, he has Gene's voice. When he calls, "Hello, you reach Gene Simmons over here." This guy, and this guy, he's 80 years old. Look at him. He's like he eats at Denny's for a deal. Kiss is ageless. Everybody loves it, right? Right.
Can you imagine how it was like for me in the 70s then? Because they went to great lengths to keep themselves hidden.
Yeah.
So I remember one time John Hart, the security guy, let me bring some friends up to a party. And we were like kids seeing Santa Claus because you could see Kiss without their makeup after a show. And I talked to kids 40 years now that are saying it was the coolest thing they ever did. And I also saw Gene's scrapbook at one time.
Wait, hold on.
Wow.
So you hung out. So back then when you couldn't see Kiss, and it was like all you saw was this, or you'd see Gene would share in the magazines, Teen Beat, you see this all the time. So you were back there, you'd see them without their makeup on. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the scene like? Nobody could bring cameras. What was it like getting back there with that?
You just knew not to do that, you know?
Nobody tried to sneak one? Like,
no.
no.
You just respect that. There was
John would kick your ass.
We originally didn't want to meet Kiss because when we were trying to get the Kiss music played on the radio station and they told us Kiss wants to meet you, I'm like, I'm not so sure about this because back in those days, Kiss was very dark. I mean, it was a scary thing. I mean, they didn't do interviews. You didn't know what they talked or sounded like other than the stage grabs from Paul on Kiss Alive. So why would you want to meet these guys? You don't know what they're like. Then once you met them, it was amazing because Paul and Gene were the most normal people you could ever imagine. And Gene I couldn't believe how, Gene could talk about anything,
He's a very smart guy.
Peter and Ace, they lived the life. I mean, they were the roles. I mean, I loved Peter's accent. I mean, he scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. You remember, hey, Mikey UPS, you remember back around Dynasty where there was something in the paper, you could call a phone and you could hear the tracks of like a couple of seconds of like Dirty Living from Peter Criss or Sure Know Something. Do you remember that back in the day when it was like a promo thing? It was like a staticky recording you'd pay and it'd be like $1 something. And I'd call and call, hi, this is Gene Simmons. You hear like a track from Radioactive or something. And my grandmother lived in Canarsie, started yelling, who's making these phone calls and this expensive stuff? And I don't know. I was in my mouth. He's an idiot. A bunch of yentas yelling because I lived in Canarsie in the Paddocks. It's like a brick, and my family's down. And my grandfather didn't want us living there anyway because my mom was divorced. Here's Dr. Starkey. My parents got divorced. I had to live in my grandparents' house. They stuck me in the basement. I had a yenta aunt that was a pink room. She was 30 years old, never had a date. Who knows what's going on there? I had my Kiss records. I'm making phone calls, jacking up the phone bill, and I'm yelled at from everybody. He's an idiot. I knew he shouldn't be living here. He's a troublemaker. He's making phone calls to Kiss.
My mom loved Kiss, even though the first time my second concert, she took me to the show, and
I love it.
When Gene threw up the blood, she screamed, and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to crawl under the seat. And I said, Mom, it's part of the show. He's not, sick. So eventually she began to like Gene because when I would get to see the band, she would too. And Gene she was bugging Gene to no degree one time as they were checking out. So Gene gave her the hotel key to the Sheraton, and I still have it as a joke, like, here's the key to my room, but I'm leaving, here, old lady.
You know what? Check it out. I got
a story, Bill.
I could sell that key right now to this maniac down there. This is a great story. UPS. Let's bring before your story. Save your story. Oh, quick. Enough of you, Oive.
Well, it ties into what he said. So
I know, but all right. So, do the introduction for the next guest. You're the big Kiss fan. Come on. Who's coming up?
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only independent filmmaker, Mr. Andrew Body. Come on with it.
Yeah, that's right. Let's bring Andrew up over here. Andrew, welcome to the show. Come on, Andrew.
I'm so glad that the green room that you had set up for me was so good. I ate all of the brown M&Ms before you guys had me on.
Ate those.
The Jew cookies were there.
Andrew,
but thank you. Look, Mike's running away. He's running away.
He had to poop.
Mikey, you really got a nice physique over there. It's like
he does. It's like shaped like a baked potato.
What do we got over here? Really quick, Andrew. What's this right here?
All right, so this is, I've been counting down all week to my release for One Last Time, live from New York City, my brand new Kiss fan film. So that picture was posted on Tuesday because I was counting down. Today, obviously, the picture says tomorrow because the movie comes out on YouTube tomorrow, and you could see it anytime you want on YouTube.
Okay, so we got that tomorrow coming on. So it's not today, not tonight, correct?
Well,
all
right. So there is a preview tonight. So if you log on to YouTube at 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, you'll be able to see it. But just remember, the proper release is tomorrow. Just like when we used to be able to go out and go see movies, you could go out and see I got a sneak preview at 9 o'clock before the day it comes out. So I did kind of try to do a little bit of the same thing. So if you log on to my YouTube channel tonight at 10:45 p.m., you'll be able to see it. Yeah. And then starting at midnight, you could watch it anytime you want from any platform that you want, whether it's your phone, your Apple TV, your iPad, wherever you can get YouTube, you can watch the movie.
Okay, because what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to try to put the link in there for the comments so people could click on that. So you mind if I did, if I put the link in there?
No, here, I'll send you the link because what you can do is if you follow my channel, right in my channel, you can either have it remind you when it's going live, or
do that to my Facebook. Do that to my Facebook messaging, and what we'll do is
I'm doing right now.
All the maniacs want to see it and watch it and all that good stuff, Andrew. Now, Andrew, while you're texting this thing over there to me, we got Mikey over here. Mikey, you know Andrew over here?
I know him very well.
So how do you know Andrew? Tell me the story.
Well, actually, I met Andrew through the famous Russell Danica.
Russell Danica, who's not here right now. Okay. Russell, so you know him through Russell Danica. Okay.
Yes,
so,
I met Andrew, and we've been friends since.
Okay, no, wonderful. So look at that. You're going to be watching Andrew's movie or what, Mikey?
Well, he gave me a preview, and I'm telling, I am so thrilled to death with this movie. I mean, it just takes me right back to the garden, you know, when we saw them last, and it's just a fantastic. Kudos to you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I gave Mike a sneak preview because Mike and I, we've known each other a long time. We met through Russell. I live in Cleveland, Ohio now, but I'm an East Coast guy. I'm from the New York, New Jersey area. So all the people that Mike knows and all that, they just had me around because I was a young kid. I'm only 35 now, but back then I was like 14, 15, 16 coming around to these KISS events, and these guys, they took me under their wing and took me to shows and hung out with me at conventions. And it was cool. It was cool. It's thanks to guys like Bill Starkey who started this KISS Army thing. And I remember when I met Bill Starkey, it was like meeting the Pope. This was the guy that started the KISS Army, and you had read stories, for years and seen pictures for years. And you finally got to meet him at a KISS convention. And it's cool having that connection with someone who's been there from basically, the beginning.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's cool. So Mike and I went to a bunch of shows on the End of the Road tour last year. We went to Columbus and Cleveland together, and Mike helped out because I did give away a Gene Simmons vault at a pre-party for the Cleveland show, and all the money that I gathered, almost $2,000, I donated it to a local women and children's shelter. So we were able to do something cool, give a Gene Simmons vault away to a fan, and then give a bunch of money back to the community. So, I mean, what could be better? We did something cool, and then we got to see KISS that night. So it was very cool, and you could see all of that in this movie one last time, which will be live on YouTube tonight, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So, Andrew, let me ask you now. We got you're right next to the legend himself, Bill Starkey. Really quick,
right there.
Bill, you guys could say hi to each other. I'm going to put the link in here. Andrew, tell me about the start of this movie, all the good stuff. What made you, say I'm going to make a movie out of this?
Well, there's a couple things. I mean, I'm a filmmaker. I've done a lot of different films, whether they be KISS or not KISS films. I've done that in my spare time because I'm a 9-to-5 guy. I work during the day, and this is just how I have my fun. Some people go to a gym and punch a bag. I sit here and I create and make movies. So I filmed a bunch of stuff on the End of the Road tour, whether it was me going to the show or footage of the show. And I always wanted to do something with it. And I saw the great movie Iron Maiden Flight 666. And I saw that and I was like, man, how cool would it be if KISS did something? Wait, I could do something like this. So the premise of the movie was taken straight from Iron Maiden Flight 666, and you're basically following me throughout the entire End of the Road tour. But I wanted to add another layer. I wanted to tell my story, but I also wanted KISS to tell their story, and I wanted the whole movie to center around the Madison Square Garden show from March of 2019. There's no better place to see KISS than Madison Square Garden, so it made all the sense in the world to me to kind of set the movie around that. So you'll see footage of me as a kid discovering KISS. You'll see footage of KISS talking about their history and why the End of the Road tour is different. And then you're going to see awesome concert footage from the Madison Square Garden show that happened this past March of 2019. So it's the whole package. If you want to see what it's like to be on the road with KISS, this is your front row ticket, and you could watch it from your couch.
That I just put the link in there right now. So it looks so big. You know what? Do the second link, everybody who's looking. Copy and paste it. Subscribe. And sorry about it. I got a question right here. What's this? Really quick. The Colonel, Andrew. Didn't you used to work at the KISS Coffee House in Myrtle Beach?
That is correct. I was the only fan to work at the KISS Coffee House in Myrtle Beach.
You did?
Yeah. From 2007 to 2008, I worked there right before I came to Cleveland. So I went from New Jersey to Myrtle Beach to Cleveland, and which is where I am now. But yeah, I worked at the KISS Coffee House. It was awesome.
I want to know about the KISS. You know what, Andrew? Because I'm a big coffee guy. The Black Diamond was a great roast, and the place looked actually very cool. Tell me about the experience there.
The place was awesome. They hired me just because I basically said, hey, I'm the biggest KISS fan in town. I need to work here. I don't even care what you pay me, if you pay me, whatever have you. So they hired me, and I had never made coffee before. So and I'm really sensitive to dairy. So I remember making some of it, and the milk smell was making me gag, but I did it anyway. I made all the coffee drinks. But what was cool is I would just put on my KISS videos. I'd be listening to KISS all day, cleaning down the tables, listening to KISS, and then at night when we would close, I would open up all the Kiss costumes that Kiss had lent the coffee house to put on display.
Oh wow, the costumes were actually at the coffee house,
and I would put them on. Like I put on Cheese boots, I put on Ace Destroyer costume, I put on Peter's costume. I tried everything on.
Yeah.
After we had closed, because I'm like, man, I'm going to take advantage of this. So it was great. I had the manager there. Her name was Debbie, and her and I were real close. So she just would let me do all this stuff because she knew how much it meant to me. So it was very, very cool. I got to hang out, with meet a lot of great Kiss fans. I got to meet a lot of members of Kiss. One of the coolest stories there is I remember I was ringing somebody out, and they were Japanese, and they're kind of looking at me, and I'm like, is there something on my face I don't understand? And they were like, did we meet in Japan in 2006 when you saw Kiss in Japan? And I look at them, I go, yes, we did. So somebody made a pilgrimage from Japan to Myrtle Beach, and then remembered that we had met at a Kiss show because I saw Kiss in Japan in 2006. And I ended up just talking with this person, and they're still on my Facebook today. So it was very, very cool. And just places like that don't exist anymore.
No.
So, and I was really, really disappointed when the coffee house closed. Right before I left the coffee house to move to Cleveland, the original owner, Brian Galvin, he had sold it to a gentleman, and he ran it like a family business. His whole family worked there. Great guy. And they just couldn't keep up. It was one of those things where people knew the Starbucks brand, and the Kiss Coffee House was more of a vacation destination, not a place where you were going to get your coffee. So nothing bad about them, nothing bad about what they did. It's just they were competing with the biggest coffee juggernaut across the, probably the world at this point. So unfortunately they won, and but it's still a cool piece of history.
It is a cool piece of the Kiss skyscraper television. The Kiss brownies were the best. There was brownies. They had brownies on.
Yeah, we also had a deep fried, some deep fried food and some cookies, and some of the food was pretty nasty because I would see it come in frozen. And but we were mostly just a coffee house, and the frozen roccochino drinks were awesome.
It was a cool looking place. The Colonel, we were on vacation in Myrtle Beach. I dragged my family there every day. I remember Eric had a couple of the coffee bags over there, and then he would, I had the Black Diamond. The packaging was awesome. It was great.
I still got one of the packages.
You still have? You're not going to open it? Are you going to open it or no?
Oh no! It's probably like dirt at this point now, but it's in my display case over there. The Demon Dark Roast was always my favorite.
The Demon, yes. That what were the four roasts?
So it was Demon Dark Roast. I don't remember the other two, but I know room service was our breakfast blend.
Okay, it was light. That was a lighter roast, right?
Light roast. Start my day with room service, then finish out with Demon Dark. And what was cool about the coffee house, it was right on Celebrity Square, and it was like on the corner. And then when you rounded the corner, there was all the bars, like dueling piano bars and all that stuff. So like I'd work at the Kiss Coffee House at night, and then I would go hang out at Celebrity Square. That was one of the most fun summers I've ever had in my life. The summer of 2008.
If anybody, you guys all know Ramband 777, and where are the giant coffee house boots now?
They belong to a fan. I don't know where it is. Every now and then on Facebook, you'll see it pop up, but they're in front of this guy's house. Like, for real.
She has them.
Who has them, Mike Oive?
Carmela Stearns.
Carmela Stearns has them, and where does she keep them?
They live. I'm friends with her and her husband Doug. They're in San Antonio area.
Of course you are. Of course, of course. Yeah, Andrew, you ever meet a maniac like that before? I'm friends with this one. He's friends with.
But I mean, look. So like, he's got those gold records and platinum records, man. But like, I got like every single Kiss tour book. I got Kiss talking dolls.
If you could show me, because I'm so sick of. Oive. I'm talking. I got the star over here. Just settle down. Look at Oive's place. Looks like. Hold on, Andrew. Look at this. Look at it. It looks like a. Look at this. Look at this.
I mean, okay, yeah, it's a little cluttered.
Oive, does your mother yell at you like,
but you know what? Clean this shit up already, you putz.
What the hell's wrong with you? Huh? What is, come on. What are you doing, Oive? Look, show me, just screen the camera around one more time for me, Oive.
No, I was telling Andrew earlier.
Listen, dude. No, screen the cat. I want to view the room. View the room.
I think everybody that has a trash.
Shush. View the room.
What's wrong with you? Get a woman already, you putz. You idiot.
Andrew, You like
Yeah.
that? It's fun. Show me
I
your
do.
stuff. What do you got going on?
All right,
over
so
here?
I got some cool stuff. I mean, I got a full set of solo album posters right back here. These are the ones that came out of the order forms in 1978. But
wait
the
a sec. Can you move this camera a little? Okay, I can see it.
I
Oh, you
really
can't.
can't. It's my
Okay,
giant computer, so
Okay.
I'm sorry. So there's that there. But the coolest thing over here, which is going to be over here, like over my shoulder here,
Yeah.
that's the New York Times ad for the Roosevelt Stadium 1976 concert
Wow.
that Michael, the manager, actually attended.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hold on. Michael, the manager. So you went to that, huh?
Yes, I did.
Back when you were lean, mean, the dancing machine. What was that concert like?
Well, I tell you the truth, it was.
He doesn't remember because he's off his meds.
I know. Now. Come on. Are you okay?
It was an old day.
Back in my day when I was 17-year-old.
I had Dave Giles.
Look at this fucking piece of work right over here. Look at this fucking guy. Look at you. Another winner. Look. Oh, the Kiss Mafia is here. Look at this guy. Look, Andrew, you know this face?
Of course.
Look at that face.
Russell is one of my
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Listen, don't insult me like that. Listen, Russell is one of my oldest friends.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a quick story about Russell, and I'll never forget this as long as I live.
Yeah,
Russell went to Japan, and it wasn't for a Kiss tour. I think it was for an ESP run of dates. 'Cause it was like Eric had joined Kiss again. He was wearing the makeup again. So there was all those photos that were out on the internet at that point. I had just met Russell. I was maybe 15 or 16 years old. Didn't have any of the connections that I have now. And Russell got one of these. It was an insert that was thrown into the Farewell Tour book. It wasn't stapled in. It was just like an insert that they put in with Eric's makeup on it to put Eric in the tour book. Russell, I don't know. He probably was printing them out of his house at the time. I don't know. But Russell took one of these to Japan and had Eric sign it for me. And Eric put to Andrew, Eric Singer. And then that year at the Kiss convention goes, Andrew, I got you something. And he gave that to me. So you can't see it now, but it is still up on my wall. It's been up on my wall since he gave it to me 15, 16 years ago.
That's great.
And I'll never forget it. And that was the first thing. That was the first thing I got that was signed from Eric Singer. So
really,
huge props to Russell for doing that for me. And I'll never forget it.
So wait a second, Andrew. You were impressed to meet Eric Singer.
Yeah, I was.
And Russell made that happen.
Russell made it happen many times. The cool thing now is I guess I'm acquaintances with Eric. I mean, when I was out in LA a couple of years ago, Eric and I went out to lunch, and sometimes we'll chat on Facebook or whatever. And
you chat with him. You I bet you couldn't wait to get off the phone after a while, right? With that guy.
Well, now I'm talking about when I was 16. I was starstruck. Now
it's like a real nuisance. You can't in the beginning. It's like, oh my god, I'm on the phone with Eric Singer, and now I hope he's watching. And now it's like, oh god. Sometimes I put down the phone when he's talking. I walk. I'll clean my car. I'll come back. He's still talking about. And when you go to the supermarket, make sure you wash your hands. I go.
He's a great guy. I mean, both whenever I see people or Kiss fans, they're trashing Eric and Tommy online. I'm like, you guys got to remember, these are professional musicians that are hired to do a job, and if you were in their shoes, you would do the same thing. So I have nothing but good things and respect for both of those guys for what they do.
I don't get political. I like the band. I like the music.
Too.
I like the show, and that's how I rock and roll. You know what? I think the music, the show. You walk away with a good feeling, and now in today's time, you need that. You need that because you know what? Shit gets crazy. We go crazy, but you know what? It's crazy nights. You got to shout it out loud. And rock all night every day, right, Russell? You remember that message, huh?
I'm gonna play that.
Yeah.
You want me to play it?
No, don't play it. We'll save that for backstage. Whoever wants to come backstage with us, you know what? We got a Patreon. You could come on there. It's special for limited people, and they get to really see Coffee Talk unmasked. But right now, this is Kiss Mafia. I'm the Don. I got my crew here. We got Bill Starkey. We got Andrew. We got Russell. We got Mikey, UPS, Oy vey, Bill Starkey. Now that you see, you're from the old school Kiss, you know, you are the legend of Kiss Army. Then you see a guy like Andrew. Tell me about this. Huh? What questions you have for Andrew?
I was lucky to meet Andrew. And he was a very devoted fan. Like I remember the first time I met Russell and Mike Namoli, and they were, I think, Mike Namoli, or was that how you say his name? I don't know.
Who's that?
And they were both backstage at Market Square, and I thought, you got to respect these fans that travel these great distance just to see Kiss, you know.
Yeah.
I met Andrew at Kiss Expo, and he was at that time was a really good drummer in a really good Kiss tribute band.
Oh, wait a second. You were a drummer, Andrew?
Oh, he's very talented.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention the name of the band because they're not going to get any free promotion out of me. However,
that's why I didn't say.
So wait a second, Andrew.
Bill knows it. Bill knows.
Bill, this is good stuff. Hey, wait, hold on. Now you just opened up the Wrath of the Don because if anybody messes with any of you guys here, I want all you guys to know. Bill, Andrew, you got a guy, and you know who your guy is. Your guy is me. The Don. Okay, so who did you wrong? And let's talk about it. Andrew, tell me, who did you wrong? Let me tell me about this band. You don't have to mention the name, but
I won't mention the band name. So here's what I'll mention. We all loved Kiss, and we all loved playing Kiss music, and for some odd reason, we all looked like Kiss in the makeup at some point. So I mean, we're at quarantine now, so my hair's a little long, and my tan has obviously faded quite a bit. No, but no. I mean, here's the thing. I always loved Kiss, and I always loved playing the music. And for me to be, I was a drummer in high school, so it just made all the sense in the world that I was going to be in a tribute band paying tribute to Kiss.
Yeah.
And some weird thing happened that I put the makeup on, and I looked exactly like Peter Criss. And got the same tattoos as. I mean, I got more tattoos now, but at the time I only had the drum tattoo, but I got other tattoos now.
Wow! So you got. Let me see the tattoo.
You could see it now. It's Peter's drum.
Love Gun album. The fake one. That's a real one.
That's a real tattoo. And then I got other tattoos now because I wanted other tattoos. It was weird. So, but I was always a huge fan of Eric Singer's drumming, even outside of Kiss. So I looked like Peter Criss, but I set up like Eric Singer, and I played like Eric. And when it was good, it was great, and we all had a great time. And when it wasn't fun, I got out of there. And now I'm much, much happier now. It's funny, when you do something for such a long time, you think that that's all you're going to do.
Yeah.
I was in a band for a long time, 15 years in different bands. Yeah. So I thought that was all I was going to do. And then I thought, what, like, is life going to continue after this? As silly as it sounds now, but that's what you think when you're faced with a challenge like that. So I did this band for 15 years. And then when I left, I was like, oh my God, I should have left minimum 5 years ago because I was miserable. And I was making the people around me miserable. I didn't like traveling. I was a little bit shy when we would have to meet these hundreds of fans at expos or whatever. I didn't like it. And I also, unfortunately, the people in the band didn't get along either. So once I got away from it, much happier.
But most of the people, you probably, you were younger, and the expos, there's some scary looking people on the expos like this. You gotta look at a guy like this, and it's like, like, Jesus, I got, you know what I mean? It's like you got this guy here, then you got another guy, they got this guy over here. It's like, look at these two. It's like predators in the night. It's like unbelievable.
But I'll tell you, guys like Mike and guys like Russ, they really took me under their wing, and they kind of showed me that, yes, there's this cool music thing, but there's other things too. There's the expos where we can all be together. There's cool restaurants that we can go to, and hey, we could jump on a plane and go see a Kiss show literally anywhere in the world. So those guys really, really showed me that there was more out there than just playing in a band and just schlepping from club to club. So, those things, the older I get, I'll never forget those things. And also, the older I get, the more they mean to me. For me, it was about, one of the most fun Kiss expos I ever did. I didn't even play. I wasn't in a band at the time. It was down in Florida, and me, Steve Steerwalt, Keith LaRue, and Dale Torborg, he was the guest. We all just went out to a steakhouse after the expo, and we were cackling like hyenas.
Yeah. That
was the most fun part for me.
I agree with you on that. It's the hang.
It is. It 100% is. So, I don't get political. I don't talk about races. I don't talk about any of that stuff.
Amen. You know what? I am with you on that, my friend. And it's about the hang and a good time. And I'll be honest with you. It's like you have a guy over here, and you just answer because you're gonna have, Black Dot. He's a great guy. He watches the show, Black Dot. I find this as odd as a 50-year-old woman obsessing over Josie and the Pussycats or Barbie dolls. I guess I don't get the Kiss thing. And you know what? I can answer that, Black Dot. It is the hang. As much as I like to joke and ball bust and have a great time. So a guy like Russell down here, he's actually a dear friend of mine. I know him a very long time. The I don't know what to say about that guy. And then Oy vey, look at Mike. You don't even laugh. You have no sense of humor. You're like shy on the camera. Oh, look at him. Hold on.
I would get rid of him.
I know. Hold on, everybody. Look at the show.
He's
it's like behind the scenes. He's telling me what I should do and how. But when you bring him on the show, he doesn't do anything.
he's watching everything.
Questions before, and you cut me off like Michael Lager, like you do to Michael Lager.
I didn't cut Mike Fasano cut him off. I don't even know where Fasano is. Fasano's the one who wanted me to get Andrew, and he's like disappeared. I don't even know where Fasano is. But it is the hang, it is the jokes, Andrew, and I agree with you. It's like I went to Japan with Eric Singer, and we went.
I was there.
Russell was there. And this is before Keith was even working with Kiss, I believe. And what was that? I forgot. What was that for, Russell? We went there.
It was a Kiss Expo.
It was a Kiss, right? What year was that? Was I playing with Dee Dee? I forgot.
Well, Eric had just gotten informed that he was backing. No,
Eric wasn't in Kiss because I was playing with Dee Dee Ramone, and I was in Japan about to go on stage, and one of the
like 2004.
And one of the Japanese fans, they go, Eric and Kiss, Eric, and I go, what? I'm like, I don't know what she's saying. And it was loud, and I thought she said Eric got hurt, so I called Eric up. I go, did you get hurt or something feeding your cat? Like, because Eric's a hoarder. He has your cat.
I'll tell you a really funny Eric Singer story. This was 2009, the last U.S. date of 2009, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, December 2009, the last show of the Live 35 tour. Backstage, me, Mike, Russell, and our friend Vinny Gonzalez was there too. Yeah, and I don't know if soundcheck happened or it might have been right before or right after soundcheck. We're just kind of all just hanging out backstage. Yeah. And Vinny starts giving Eric a hard time. Vinny goes, hey, Eric, I didn't know if you were going to be here or if it was going to be Peter Criss. So I didn't bring anything for you to sign. So I'm sorry. I got nothing for you. And Eric stops and Eric goes, well, Vinny, Peter Criss is here. And he points to me because Eric knew I was in a tribute band at the time. And I just thought that was cool. I thought that was cool that he took the time to remember that. And he was joking around about it. Later on, he would never let me live that down. And he would see something that we post on the website and he would like call me and mock me about it, all in good spirits. Yeah. But he loved to give me a hard time about that.
All the time. Vinny's a great guy. He was on the show.
Great guy.
Vinny has so many stories and I know a couple of them. But I'm not going to say it. I'm going to save it for Vinny to say it. But look at this over here. I got all the yentas hocking each other. Look, Melrose, Larry Green. Look at this idiot. Stefan, leave and give Fasano the mic. Listen, Melrose, go watch another show, you complete moron. He's not even there. Get busting my chops over there. You like that over there? You see how I handle the show? Mike, where are you? You have a seat? You're not around? All right, Mike. Yeah, that's how it works. Let's bring Russell back here. Russell, I got to ask something really important. Andrew, this movie that you got premiering tonight, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, hold on. I may say I've watched it, and it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, huh?
Yes.
Thank you.
So you're giving because Russell, you're a tough one.
Yes, it is, man.
You know what? I'm disappointed at one thing.
What?
That you're not in it?
Of course.
You didn't, considering that Eric Carr's last show was at Madison Square Garden. You made no mention of that or Eric Carr in the show.
I will tell you why. There are two reasons for that. The most important reason is the only video footage I was able to find of that 1990 Madison Square Garden show, November 11th, 1990. Madison Square Garden. The only reason why I didn't use it is because the only video footage available is on the side, and Eric is obstructed most of the show. There's also not a lot.
You could have made a mention. You could have just put a picture, rest in peace, something.
Well, I mean, he is mentioned at the end. There is I did dedicate the movie to all the members.
Listen.
You come on the show, you got trouble.
Considering you mentioned other Madison Square Garden performances.
Russell. Now we're bringing in Kiss drama. You're gonna get crazy, right? This is the round table, right? Okay.
I mean, no, Russell's correct. But the thing is,
Andrew, hold on. Let's do this. We're having a couple. Everybody got their coffee, Entenmann's cake, East Coast style. You got your coffee? Oh,
got some Sanka. I'm
gonna go get my coffee. Let's show the people what real East Coast coffee talk is. Can we do this with no gloves on? Yeah, show your real feelings. Let's bust balls. Come on, Bill. You're into East Coast coffee talk, right?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, Russell. Tell me how you really feel about this.
No, listen, trust me when I tell you, if I didn't like it, I would have said I don't like it, but I did. I enjoyed it.
Look at
But
this.
he's-
Look at this.
but he's-
Marlon says, "Shut up, Stefan."
But he's right. But Russell is correct. I mean, the problem is that there wasn't enough footage available. There wasn't good enough footage available that I thought that I could incorporate it and do the event justice. I mean, here's the thing: every movie has stuff left on the cutting room floor. There is stuff that I loved that I could have included, but
that was such a big part of history. With the passing of Eric and his last show at Madison Square Garden, and your film based from Madison Square Garden, I just think a little blurb would have fit.
You see what you guys are doing to Bill Starkey.
But here's the second reason why I didn't include anything. Maybe there's another Eric Carr project that I'm working on that's gonna cover that later on.
See that, Russell? Maybe there's something in the works he didn't want to disclose.
Maybe there's something in the works.
Now you made him disclose it. You made him do a teaser. Are you guys working behind the scenes?
You got the exclusive, Stefan.
I got the. So are you working, Andrew, on something else that I don't know about? Because I
100%.
Okay.
100%. As one door closes, another door opens. That's how doors work. They open and close.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll have to talk to Loretta about that.
Okay.
This actually doesn't have to do so.
Good luck.
Well, all right. So this has nothing to do with Loretta or the Carr family. This is just another unofficial Kiss thing that I will be doing that focuses on.
Melrose is furious today. What do you think about Melrose? He told me to shut up. He told Russell to shut up. You know Melrose Larry Green?
Who's that?
You don't know who he is?
Never heard of him.
All right, never mind.
It can't be that important.
Wait, Andrew, so tell me, Loretta, what is this now? What are you getting?
Loretta is working on an official Eric Carr documentary DVD that she has talked about on her Facebook and the official Eric Carr Facebook. So she's working on that right now, which that's going to be super, super cool. I know some of the details that I can't talk about on that, but she's announced that she's working on that. But I'm also working on something that is going to center around the 1990 Hot in the Shade tour. So that was a project that I had announced almost 2 years ago, and I'm going to get to it, and that's going to be the next thing I work on now. So yes, there will be a proper send-off / proper document on that great tour. So, and I wanted to save it for this one. So,
Russell, can you read the comments?
Yeah. It's Russell with 2 L's.
Hey, read the comments, Oife. Let the fans talk to us. Read the comments, Oife.
Russell
Melrose
is a liar,
says
you're
Russell-
my bitch.
Oh, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear. Russell was trying to learn how to read. What's that? Oife, what's the comments?
Melrose says Russell is a liar. You are my bitch. Where did that come from?
I don't know, Russell.
yeah, but look.
Now you got Melrose fired up.
Here's the best comment that we've ever seen right here. I get the best comments from Chris Vickery. He says, "My last movie was great." So that guy gets a free cup of coffee.
Okay, all right, Chris Vickery. Yes, Chris is a good fan. I'm gonna roll. You know what? I will. You know what? I'm gonna roll on the comments, and then we could. When you see them, whoever wants to read it out loud, read it out loud. Okay.
Should we shout it out loud?
You know what? Shout it out loud. Here's Chris's comment right there. Chris Vickery. There he is. Andrew's last movie was
And
great.
what was my last movie?
That's a Chris. That is it. Let me see
The
that.
greatest show on earth.
That's a great. You have good swag. That's cool. Look at that. The greatest show on earth. I like that. That's pretty good. Russell,
Andrew, send him a shirt.
Send Stefan a shirt.
I
Of
would
course.
love a
Nope,
shirt.
done. Consider it done.
I love it. Here we got Liz right here. You could read this one out, Russell.
Great show, guys.
Thank you. Read this one out, Russell.
Russell, you're my bitch.
Yeah, I love it. Put your comment. Yeah, read this one out, Russell.
Russell is a liar, and you are my bitch.
Keep on going, Melrose. Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Bring it on. Right here. Hold on, everybody. We got over here. Andrew, you could read this one.
Kiss at Midnight and The Greatest Show on Earth are both great. Those are both of my films. You can see The Greatest Show on Earth on Vimeo because YouTube blocked it. Sorry. And then you could see Kiss at Midnight on my YouTube channel.
YouTube blocked it, huh? What is, I can't play music, and what's going on with the YouTube thing?
Well, here's the thing. So the first film I did, The Greatest Show on Earth, is I took available 1977 concert footage and I painstakingly synced it to the Kiss Alive 2 album. So I knew right off the bat that YouTube was going to block that because I'm using the audio from the Universal Music Kiss copywritten Kiss Alive 2. So again, didn't want to make any money off of it, not into, bootlegging or anything like that. So it's on Vimeo right now. As long as you own Kissology Volume 1 and you own Kiss Alive 2, there's really a gray area as far as the legality of it goes, but you should be able to watch it. and enjoy it, because I just took officially released materials and put them into something else. Kind of like that Star Wars fan films that did that.
Yeah, no, totally. Here, Russell, you could read this one right here.
What's Brooklyn doing? Driving the car?
I don't know, but
She has been quiet.
Sure, been quiet. So that's Daddy Daycare with Stefan over here. Yeah, read this one. Mikey UPS, read this.
Hey, Stefan is funny, always picking on people. Laugh out loud.
That's right. Look, yeah. Oy vey, read this one out really quick.
There's your stalker, Alex.
All right. I want to know one thing. Where the hell's Mike Fasano? Mike, go backstage, stick your face in the screen so I make Melrose happy. I could bring you on here that you could talk to Andrew and everybody here.
He doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Yeah. Let me Andrew really quick. Before Fasano was the first one that brought you to my attention, and I didn't know, and I don't trust Fasano. So then I go to
he's the best guy though. Like literally, he's the best guy. He played in it wasn't there's a guy that we know, Billy Morris. He played in Warrant, and Billy Morris is another Ohio guy. Okay. And I played in a band with Billy, and then obviously Fasano played in a band with Billy. Okay. So Billy was there. He is. That's the best shot of him. But they were both doing a Jeannie Lane tribute thing. Yeah. So Billy would play with his band, which I was in it one night, and then the next night he would play with Fasano. So I ended up working for Fasano, drum teching for him, and it was about the hang. There was just a lot of jokes, a lot of ball busting, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We still joke about things here and there. I mean, it was funny. He had to like put this drum set together for one of these shows, and he was having trouble doing a couple things here and there, and he was like, "Man, this is real Cleveland shit, isn't it?" So every time he sees something that's like Cleveland, he goes, "That's Cleveland shit, isn't it?" So it was funny. He's one of the best guys I know.
Yeah, Mike is a great guy. I've been on tour with him here. You know what? Not Oy vey, he's not here. Russell, read this one. Well, if I could get it, read this comment right here.
Right now, Corey is out chasing down the ice cream man for his shirts.
You can read this one right here. UPS, huh?
Hey, Andrew, Russell, and the guys.
That's right.
Hey, Bradley. I'm so glad you got rid of that afro you had going on.
I want Bill to read one, but you know what? Bill Starkey, read this one for me.
Russell, do my laundry. Melrose, Larry Green.
This is great. This is how Coffee Talk should be. Mike Fasano, how about read this one? Look at this one. Russell, read this one.
Sad Sack has gone to a Coke can.
Has gone to get a Coke can.
Get a Coke can.
About the Coke
That's
can?
an inside joke. That's an inside joke.
You know about it, right? You know,
of course.
Tell us the joke, because we talked about it. I want to hear your version of it, because we've all spoken about the can. Hide the can.
Okay. Well, so here's the thing. So I heard about the sack on Metal Sludge for years before I met the guy. I mean, I was 17 years old reading about this on Metal Sludge. I was like, this isn't real. So I finally met him, and he goes, here's what we would do. We would bring people backstage, and we would say, no cell phones, no pictures, no nothing at the time. And then he would say, he was like, my ball sack is going to encompass and cover this entire Pepsi can.
See,
everyone's like, no.
She's getting turned on. That's Corey. He's not here, but she's liking this. Keep going with the story. I like this.
But he said he did it, and because at the time there was not. I mean, this is in the olden days. This is. I mean, it's not 1998. It was 1898, because we know Mike is a little bit older than all of us.
This is when it was. You wouldn't get in trouble for hiding the Coke can.
Correct. Okay. Correct. So he told me this story, and I was just like, what happened to the Coke can? I hope someone threw it away. I just don't. Was it empty? I have so many questions. How many times did you do that to realize that you could do it? And what were you thinking that you thought, hey, I could probably do that? So I had so many questions, but it was just, that's where his name came from. His name is
Bill looks like he has questions. Bill, you have questions about the can?
No.
You don't know. Hey, Bill, do me a favor. Read this comment right here.
Russell, you wish you were me, Melrose.
Hey, Mikey UPS, read this one for me, please.
Russell, my bitch, learn to read.
Oh.
Wait, he wanted me to do his laundry, but I think his mom still does his laundry for him.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh, Melrose, you gonna take that from him? This is good. This is called East Coast. We call this ranking. Remember when we were kids, we rank out. This is fun. You guys, you know what? My kid's quiet, probably driving my car. What the heck? Let's stay on. Let's have a good
I'll
time.
I'll tell you another funny,
Please,
really funny Russell story.
Please.
Me, Russell, and a couple of friends, we were in Japan in 2006, and one of our great Japanese friends, his name is Hiro. He was with us, showing us around the entire time.
Yes,
And
Hiro.
the entire trip. I mean, this was probably like 6 or 7 days. Russell was just picking on Hiro the entire time, just picking on him, picking on him, picking on him, picking on him, to a point where Hiro was like, "Okay, Russell, okay, enough, I can't say anymore." So it was the last night, and Kiss had just played on top of Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
At these big Udo Fest. So the first night was Osaka, next night was up top of Mount Fuji. So we're like outside of Kiss's dressing room, and I think Kiss is either they're eating dinner or taking off the makeup, but they're still in the dressing room after the show. We're outside, and Russell's picking on Hiro. He's picking on Hiro. He's picking on Hiro. And Hiro, it finally, I don't even know what Russell said. It was all in good fun, but Hiro finally reached his breaking point. And he was like, "That's it. You know what? Just fuck you, Russell. And I fucking can't." And he's yelling and screaming to the point where like it disturbed Kiss in their dressing room.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it disturbed them. But he was yelling so loud. And Hiro he's a really mild mannered guy. Another great, really nice guy. But
He's a great guy. He's a funny guy.
7 days of Russell picking on you. He finally had enough at that point. And it was pretty funny.
Russell, I got something to tell you, Russell, really quick. Okay. Hold on. We got a couple of comments over here. Okay. So we got that one. Look at this one. Bill Stocky, read this for a second.
Russell, don't forget to pay my phone bill and get me stamps from the post office.
I thought welfare does that.
Oh my God. How about this? What's Alex? What's Russell? Read that one.
Pisano went to get a Coke can.
Oh my God. How about this one? Bill, let's read this
Russell, everyone knows Melrose Larry Green. Just be a nice bitch and admit you heard of me.
Never heard of him.
I don't know where Mike Fasano is. Mike, when you come back, we're gonna bring you back here. Look at the Oy Vey, the Kids Mafia. You had the Memphis Mafia.
Great.
Mafia.
Wait, Stefan.
Read this one, Oy Vey.
Fasano gave up on the show.
I
did.
think he did give up on this show. What's that? Now, what are you going to ask me, Oy Vey?
So going back to what Andrew was saying about Hiro, I busted his balls and he did flip out. But great, maybe it's not funny because you weren't there, but a great story with Hiro is me, my friend Sergeant Al, Keith LaRue, his son Justin, and Hiro were traveling on the West Coast somewhere to some Kiss shows. And we were in a big passenger van. And so Al is driving. I'm in the front seat. Behind me is Keith and his son Justin. And all the way in the back row, because it was like 5 rows, was Hiro back there. And so every 5 minutes, Hiro would go, "Ow, ow." And he was saying "ow," but in his broken Japanese accent. And Al would ignore him because every 5 minutes, Hiro would say, "Ow, pull over, I have to piss." So he would just ignore him after a while. So we're driving and Hiro's going, "Ow, ow, ow." So finally we stopped and I was like, "What the fuck, Hiro? What do you want?" And he goes, "It's like summertime back here."
So instead of saying that it was hot, he said, "It's like summertime back here."
We were laughing so hard we had to pull the van over because Al couldn't drive anymore. We were all crying. But again, it's probably not funny because you weren't there.
But it's funny if you know Hiro, because he's always like, it's like something like here's a great guy, but obviously he's Japanese. English isn't his first language, and English is probably the hardest language to learn as a second, third, or whatever, not your primary language. So he didn't know how to say, "Hey, it's hot back here," or "turn down the heat." He just said it's like summertime back here. And I know Hiro, and I've heard the story from Russell, from Al, and it gets me every time. It gets me every time when he says that story. But again, that's what it's like when all of us would travel to Kiss shows together or do stuff together. It was about the hang. It was about, just going someplace new or trying something or doing whatever. For Eagle Eye viewers, if you go back and watch the 2004 Rock the Nation live DVD, me, Mike Namoli, and Russell were on that DVD because we traveled to both of those shows. I remember meeting Mike and Russell at a rest stop on the New Jersey Turnpike, and then we all congregated there. We drove down to Virginia Beach and Washington, D.C., saw the shows that weekend, and it was great. It was so much fun to be there, and then it was even more fun to look for yourself on the DVD after. I worked at a movie store at the time when it came out, and I remember again buying it early and meeting Russell at another rest stop on the New Jersey Turnpike to give him a copy early because I worked at a movie store and was able to get it a little bit early. So those are just cool things that you know when you look back.
Cruiser.
The PT Cruiser.
That's
And
right.
I drove that thing till the wheels fell off.
Hey, Bill, can you do me a favor? What's this comment over here?
Oh, Russell, when did you get out?
What time is your mom available?
Hey, Bill, what's this one?
So call your PO. That is brutal.
Brutal.
What did Russell do to kick him off?
Bill,
I know. Andrew will win Oscars.
Probably not, but my hope is that maybe somebody from KISS sees this and says, "Hey, cool, maybe he could do something for us."
Yeah, Bill
That's my
Randolph.
goal.
This is attorney.
hey, Mikey UPS.
I don't think so.
Mikey.
Brooklyn just got pulled over for no license. Answer the phone, Stefan.
Oh no, she's back. Here she is. On that note is okay, bro.
Fill the car up for you, bud.
Yeah.
Cara, we're gonna say goodbye to everybody. You want to say goodbye? Okay, so really quick, everybody. Andrew, tonight is your premiere of the show, right? Right?
10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But don't worry, if you miss that, it's going to be available on YouTube to stream anytime you want on any device you want. So watch it more than once and tell your friends about it. Let's send a message to the band that this is the kind of stuff that we want to see. And if you like the movie, log on to kissonline.com and buy an official KISS product. I mean, support the movie by supporting KISS.
Good thing. You know, hey, my man, I think it's great. So we could see it on YouTube. Look at this. I got things to do. I got crazy going on. I want to thank Russell for coming on. Andrew, Bill Starkey, thank you, my friend. Thank you for coming on. Kiss Army, honey. The Kiss Army. The Kiss Army. This is a real show. Everybody else, Melrose Larry Green, I want to thank you. I love you, Mike Fasano. You were such a great, fabulous host. Remember, the Kiss Army wants you. Everybody, this is Coffee Talk. Let's go out on a happy note like this. Ready?
It's Coffee Talk with the Tika.